Hello, this is Unlimited Splash, where I draft too many colors and try to get away with it. Today, my friends, we're dealing with a very serious situation because it seems we have been cursed in traditional Avatar draft. If you look at the rest of this playlist, I have posted 4 traditional drafts, and in every single one of them, I got 2 and 1, 2 wins and 1 loss. Why is that a problem? Because we're jumping into this draft to get play-in points. If we can go 3-0 and get a trophy in this traditional draft, we will get 2 play-in points towards the arena qualifier play-ins. We need to get 20 play-in points, and that gets us a buy-in to a play-in. If we do well in the play-in, we get to play in the weekend qualifier. If we do well in the weekend qualifier, we get to play in the arena championships. And the arena championships has a huge prize pool, can qualify you for the pro tour, can qualify you for the world championships. So we're chasing 3 O's at traditional draft to be able to play in the arena championships. But every single time I play, I get 2 wins and 1 loss. So we're going to try to break that curse today. And we are hopefully going to get a clean 3-0. I also want to say I'm expecting this video to go out on January 6th. I'm actually recording it a few days in advance because I happen to have a trip that is taking me out of town for this whole week. And so this is scheduled a little bit in advance. According to the arena announcements, it sounds like the Vintage Cube is coming out today. But I'm not able to play it for a few more days. So probably on the weekend, if the Vintage Cube is actually out today, there will be a few more Avatar videos in this series. And then probably on the weekend, I'm going to hop over to Vintage Cube. So if you want to hear that, if you want to see me play Vintage Cube, first of all, put it in the comments and let me know what kind of video you'd most like to see right now. And I'll definitely pay attention to whatever you say in the comments. If one person comments something, that's probably what I'm going to do. So please go ahead and comment. And also, if you do want to see me post a new draft video every single day, go ahead and click subscribe in the description below. I am a brand new Magic the Gathering content creator. Just started posting videos at the end of December and trying to foster one more competitive but also really positive space and a space for growth for all of us to get better at Limited together here in the YouTube Limited community. So please go ahead and click subscribe. All right, happy to say we're in a draft. And we got a $20 card, so we'll be taking that. No, I'm just kidding. If it were in paper, we would be taking it. But out of this pack, I think I'm going to do something really unconventional here. So there are several good uncommons. Waterbending Scroll is a card that I personally love. I mean, it just sits there and draws you cards. Like, what not to love? Low and Lee is unplayable. Flopsy goes in, a green go wide deck, and I've been getting a lot more respect for the green wide beatdown decks, especially after I managed to win a booster box with one of them. 2 booster boxes, actually. And Jet is like fine. I mean, it's good if you have a really, really go wide red-white deck. That's maybe not the very best archetype in this set, and the mana is actually pretty tough on Jet. So that leaves us probably looking at the commons. I mean, I maybe just because of personal preference between like Waterbending Scroll and maybe something like Quench, Deadly Precision, etc. But I actually think I'm just going to first pick a dual land here. Like, there's nothing really that strong. And Serpent's Pass, I mean, I just like having good mana. What can I say? Like, being open to playing, let's say the Mechanist, if you pull it. Sounds like a really nice way to start out. I do love Accumulated Wisdom. I had a deck early in the format, right after Vintage Cube, speaking of Vintage Cube, right after Vintage Cube went away and Avatar came. I had a deck with, I think, 3 Accumulate Wisdoms and 2 Grands. Grand gives you a discount on your Accumulate Wisdom once you hit the 3 lesson in the graveyard threshold. And that also is what turns on Accumulate Wisdom to draw 3. At that point, it is literally Ancestral Recall. It is a 1 blue draw 3 spell. So love Accumulate Wisdom. But I think this early in the draft, we're just going to grab the Mechanist. And the Mechanist is a card that can win games entirely on its own. Accumulate Wisdom is fantastic, but only if you're in the specific lessons deck. So this is kind of a secret gold card, I would say. It can't go in like, let's say, blue-black. It would not be so good. So let's just grab the Mechanist, which I think is going to go in absolutely any blue deck and probably be splashed from basically whatever deck we end up drafting. In this situation, I think there's just a clear power outlier in the pack, which is Invasion Submersible, but I see a lot of cards that I'd be happy to take. I love Airbender Ascension. I'm not saying this is an amazing card for raw value, but I watched a friend of mine just absolutely go off with this at Friday Night Magic, and I've respected it ever since. There's just so much cool flickering that you can do in the format. It's a kind of a thing that, especially in traditional draft, I don't know if the actual like 17 lands win rates would agree with me or whatever, but I believe in traditional draft is a lot more achievable, or in sealed, let's say, this kind of slow value play that doesn't affect the board is a lot more achievable. Having said that, I'd also be happy to take a Messenger Hawk or an Earthpool Gates. We'll be keeping an eye on whether those wheel. And Yip Yip is another good card. What was I just talking about? Gran is my absolute hero. One of my first ever videos, I coined the term Gramps, which stands for Gran Ramps, because Gran, she's basically a ramp card. First of all, she helps you hit your land drops, which is absolutely crucial. And second of all, then she gives you a discount on all of your non-creatures. You know what's a non-creature? Invasion Submersible when you cast it. So Gran, if you can get to the 3 lessons in the bin threshold, then you can cast your Invasion Submersible for 2 mana. I mean, Gran is just out of control. I hear she's dominating standard, and there's a reason why. 3 very good blue lessons for us. The Boomerang Basics is fantastic. I love doing shenanigans with things like Boomerang Basics. Lost Days is just a fantastic, almost a removal spell, way more than a tempo card, honestly. The fact that it gives you a reimbursement on your card and basically removes their threat is so good. And the reason I say it's a removal spell is because there's so much countering and enough milling with like Master Paku and that kind of a thing that you can often just get rid of the card for good. And then Waterbending Lesson is also amazing. So I'd be very happy to take any of these 3. In general, I'm just going to take the cheaper lesson. It will help up my count for Gran. It already goes nicely with Invasion Submersible, and it's a nice thing to do with the Mechanist. Keeping an eye on that Badger Mole, by the way. I respect Badger Mole. Here, and I'm not just saying that because I'm afraid to be hurt by Badger Mole. I actually respect it. Here we have maybe an actually tough decision. I'm actually not sure what I'm supposed to do here. I would actually like the Shared Roots, by the way, but it's clearly between Boomerang Basics and Watery Grasp. This is a really tough one. I think in terms of like what raw win rate, probably Watery Grasp is out ahead. But I think Boomerang Basics can just do, look, I'm trying to create content here. I think Boomerang Basics can just go off in like super fun ways. I don't think I'm going to wheel that Accumulate Wisdom. I mean, that would be a dream come true, but I don't think it's going to happen. But it does look like some kind of lessons something is quite open here. Rather than going for the meme of the Spirit Oasis, I think I'm going to happily just grab an Abandoned Attachments. I wouldn't hate the barrels in this situation, honestly. Every other card I would hate playing. So I'm just going to take Abandoned Attachments and be happy. It just ups my lesson count. It's just good. I've talked down about First Time Flyer a lot because I think it's just so terrible if you have to play it as a 1/2 for 2. But Sandbender Scavengers is really nothing to write home about. I've had this in a lot of situations, like especially in Sealed. It's just not very good. This is not the card that makes the black-white deck tick. So I'm going to grab First Time Flyer, and I'm going to be happy with it. It's pretty good here. This is the situation where I have enough lessons to make First Time Flyer happen. So we're off to a pretty sweet start. I haven't gotten to do like the actual blue lessons dream in a good while. All right, I'll take the Waterbending Scroll. The next pack is where we learn if we wield the Accumulate Wisdom, although I'm sure we did not. But yeah, I'll just grab Waterbending Scroll, and I mean, we're almost like in a mono blue situation here. You could argue that maybe I should take like Flopsy and just try to get a way to win, like speculate on a color that is going to deliver on threats. But I think I'm perfectly happy to just take the Waterbending Scroll here. In this pack, okay, I think Sold Out is a card that, like First Time Flyer, I've talked down a lot about, only because I think it's overrated by the community at large. If you look at its like average pick versus its actual win rate, it's picked way earlier than it should be. But here I think I do just take the Sold Out. I already have the blue-black land. In this situation, I'll happily take the Perfectly Good Lesson. And I mean, I might get a reputation for myself, but we have the start of a pretty sweet Dimir control deck. We just need to, I don't know what. Our last few have gone 2-1, so we need to figure out how to do this without going 2-1. That is the true challenge for us today. Here, there are a lot of different options. So we are in a lessons deck, and there is a lessons payoff, which is Boomy. I don't think it's a good lesson payoff. I just don't think it's a good lesson payoff. Another option is to note that we do have a lot of allies, and Jasmine Dragon Tea Shop could tap for a lot of our different creatures. It's not really synergistic in any way, so I'm not necessarily sure that that's where we want to go with it. Another option is Judy, which is a card that I absolutely love, but this does not look like a Judy deck to me. Also, we sometimes wheel Judy. And then there are two good commons, Idlequenchia and Otter Penguin. I think I'm probably going to take the Quench here. I have enough non-creature spells. Even if all my creatures are allies, I have enough non-creature spells that I think the Jasmine Dragon Tea Shop is just not helpful. So we'll take Quench. And wow, Foggy Swamp Spirit Keeper, that's the card that we are the happiest to see out of pretty much all cards. I mean, I would like to get maybe an Azula or something, another Dimir control piece, but Foggy Swamp Spirit Keeper is clearly the card for us. I do think Airbending Lesson, you know, if you took Foggy Swamp Spirit Keeper out of this pack, it would be an interesting pick, and I think maybe I would be on Airbending Lesson here, partly because, look, I don't set out to always draft Dimir Control. It's just that feels like those are the pieces that get passed to me. Speaking of which, well, there actually are several different good pieces for different decks. Maybe the best card in the pack is Cave of Two Lovers. I have seen no indication that red is open. I think I am under drafting red in this set a little bit, probably. So I probably should be a little bit more, you know, we all fall into a groove and kind of get our preferred ways of playing by this point in a format. It's a really pretty old format at this point, pretty well established. So, you know, maybe I'm under drafting red, maybe I'm under drafting the Earthbending deck. I've actually taken Secret Tunnel several times recently, though. I'm just inclined to take Benevolent River Spirit and try to play a really heavy blue deck. This is a great threat, and it prevents us from falling into what Paul Cheon calls Sweetness Overload, where you just draft an awesome control deck and then you just have absolutely no ways to win. Speaking of ways to win, I think I'm just going to snap up a Fire Navy Trebuchet. I'm actually really curious. I remember the win rate on this card was pretty good a long time ago. I don't do this often. I don't necessarily recommend it, but I want to look it up to see like how it compares to how I'm remembering. Yeah, perfectly average sea level card. So, I mean, that checks out with what I think that like Fire Navy Trebuchet, it's good in a highly aggressive deck. It's good in a sacking synergy deck. It did get me really nastily several times in the early format. I think I'm actually going to take probably the Fire Nation Engineer over Pretending Poxbearers. I do want more 2-drops very desperately, but the Poxbearers is not it, I think. Firelord Azula, it's kind of cool. You know, you can duplicate your sold out, duplicate stuff. It's not a good card because it takes so much setup. So I think I'm probably going to take Soka because it's an amazing card. We're probably not going to play Rowdy Snowballers. Basically, after that, this has to be like our last 3-drop for a good long while. After this, we need to be very disciplined about not taking 3-drops. The thing is, this basically, I'm making the judgment by investing in these 3-drops that it's a lower trade-off in a power level to take this now and then try to pick up 2-drops later. So we're going to see if that bet pays off for us. I actually am a fan of the shape-shifting 2/5s. We can't turn off our brain and ignore signals at any point in any draft ever. But looking at this, I really don't see signals other than maybe no one is in the Shrines deck, which is probably perfectly appropriate. So let's grab the Flexible Waterbender and see how it goes. I do want to do Shrines one of these days. But look, I am actually trying to 3-0 here. I really want these playing points, and most importantly, I want to break this darn curse. We would love to get some lessons payoffs, and we would love to get some ways of drawing too, by the way. That's what we're really missing. And that kind of makes me worry that maybe someone else is in like Teamer Lessons and snapping up some of this good stuff. Hopefully no one else is in Draw 2. But this is looking very weak, isn't it? I guess I'll take Misty Palms Oasis. My only consolation is none of these cards are any good, so it's not like we should be in another color, as far as I can tell from that pack. What did I say about Wheeling Judy? It always happens. Amazing, amazing card. I love Judy. I know it's really finicky. It doesn't have the highest win rate or whatever, but I'm all over this Judy for sure. Court Official, very nice. So this kind of seems like we're getting paid back for taking these really powerful 3-drops and passing on some weaker 2-drops. Basically, my judgment was we're going to get enough 2-drops in the long run, even if they're not the best 2-drops. The quality of our 3-drops will make up for that. And we actually wheeled the Fire Navy Trebuchet, which is kind of nice. Note, for example, the Fire Navy Trebuchet gives you a token that doesn't get sacrificed until the end step. So that's something that you can sacrifice to Judy to get an extra Surveil and an extra Judy copy. Tai Lee Chi Blocker is an amazing gift to us. We're very, very happy to see that one. I'm actually hoping to wheel this Master Paku. Weirder things have happened. If we wheel another Fire Navy Trebuchet, I probably would play it. I don't know if I'm on the third Boomerang Basics. I don't have that many ETBs in the end. Well, Boomerang Basics is sweet with Corrupt Court Official, isn't it? I play my basics and that cycles it. Like I draw a card and then I play the Court Official and you lose a card. So I am netting one card by doing that. But we're obviously going to take Tai Lee. We did say we have to cool it on the 3-drops, but I mean, Tai Lee could be a 4-drop and it would still probably be a good card. Holy macaroni. The double Tai Lee deck. You love to see it. You love to see it. I wonder if we can wheel this Fire Lord Azula too. I maybe would play it if I get some ways of splashing blue. But the double Tai Lee, okay, we're very likely not playing Fire Nation Engineer or the Trebuchet at this point. And actually, maybe what we're trying to wheel is Canyon Crawler. Probably not going to wheel Octopus Form, but I'd be happy if we did. Double Tai Lee is like more than we could possibly ask for. This is a very interesting decision because Agnakella goes well with... What does it go well with? Only Foggy Swamp? Never mind. It's not that interesting a decision. It's clearly just Heartless Act. If we had a lot of double draw synergies, if we were looking at like 4 Otter Penguins, maybe we would go for the Agnakella. But actually, in terms of removal, all that we have is an Idolquentia and a Sold Out. So Heartless Act actually has an important role to play in our deck. I wonder if we can wheel something here because Agnakella and Waterbending Lesson are really similar. And if someone's in white, they might actually prefer the Air Nomad Legacy. So I'd love to see either Agnakella or Waterbending Lesson come back. But who knows if that will actually happen. I'm going to exercise some restraint here for once in my life. Unlimited Splash, not known for exercising restraint, but I'm going to do it. So we could take a Cat Gator, but this is looking like a very blue heavy deck, and I'm done. Several times in a row, I've taken payoffs for 2 different basic lands. I think I just have to stop doing that. That's one big takeaway from some of my recent decks. So I'm not going to take the Cat Gator as much as I love that card. Absolutely one of the, probably maybe my favorite card to play of this format. Certainly my favorite uncommon. And I'm just going to take the 2-drop. We have a lot of lessons. We really want lesson payoffs. We're probably not even playing the Fire Nation Engineer that we already have. Oh, that's so painful. I thought someone was in this deck. Oh, are you kidding me? Maybe someone to my left is in it. I would love Iroh Grand Lotus, but that is not happening for us. The double splash midway through pack 3. That is not happening for us. So I think we're just going to be on a Waterbending Lesson. But wow, looks like green got badly underdrafted with Iroh and Bossing Sea still in this pack. I think it's Waterbending Lesson, definitely over Azula. I think it's true over Swamp Snare Trap. I'm not so big on the trap. I think it's fine. It's fine. Between Messenger Hawk and Otter Penguin, 2 cards that I love, 2 cards that I think are badly underdrafted. North Pole Patrol is pretty good too. I'm just going to keep an eye on my curve and I'm going to snap up the Otter Penguin. Idolquentia is something to do on turn 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's not exactly a 2-drop, but it's a thing to do that interacts with whatever they're doing on turn 2. I mean, Messenger Hawk clearly is a more powerful card, but also the quality of our 2-drops is not the best. Okay, and we get another bite at the apple here with a Messenger Hawk coming to us. The only question is, would we actually rather have Deadly Precision? Probably I'm cutting the Abandoned Attachments at this point. We do have... It's really tough. Maybe I cut the Waterbender. We have a lot of cards that I could sacrifice. I think I just want the Messenger Hawk. It's a draw 2 trigger. It's a card that can win on its own. What did I say? That we might wheel the Octopus Form, and we sure did. Very happy with that. I'm just going to snap that up, no doubt. I'll probably be cutting Merchant, play the Octopus Form. What am I protecting with Octopus Form, though? And yeah, Master Paku. I was optimistic about wheeling that, and it happened. And this deck looks totally sweet. I don't know. I don't know what 3 O's in... I don't know what 3 O's, but this could be it. But I'm also hesitant to say that because every time I say something like that, I go, oh, 3. So I take it back. I take it back. Forget I said anything. I mean, the double Canyon Crawler, I don't hate. Those are ways to win, and a Swamp Snare Trap. We clearly are in the right seat. Whatever else happens, we clearly ended up in the right seat because we're just absolutely drowning in playables at this point. I probably have 35 cards. Not 35 cards. I mean, yeah, probably have 35 cards that I'd be perfectly happy to play, if not actively wanting to play. Let's put in this. Let's put in the 2-drop. Let's put in Abandoned Attachments just for argument's sake and the Flexible Waterbender. And I will make some cuts and let's see what we're looking at. Okay, I think I'm going to go with something like this. So I'm playing 1 Boomerang Basics because I don't really have that many cards that are lesson payoffs, and I also don't have that many cards with powerful ETB effects. I am playing both first time flyers. We're a little low on the lesson count for that, so I might sideboard, or I might change it up after match 1 if I feel like the lessons are not really getting there. I think my mana is good. I'm playing 9 islands, so 10 blue sources, 8 black sources, and we don't have pretty much any double pips. So I'm feeling pretty good. I guess this is sort of the only one. Feeling good about the mana overall. And our bomb count is pretty good with Mechanist, Tai Lee, double Tai Lee, and Invasion, Submersible, and Foggy Swamp Spirit Keeper are like mythic uncommons. These are honorary bombs. Hama's a nice one. I think maybe the Boomerang Basics can kind of get you something sweet with Hama. Maybe I do want to find a way to play the double Boomerang Basics, but I do think Octopus Farm is important because it protects Tai Lee. And then Judy is a pretty sweet one. We have like a lot that goes with Judy, I think. So I could see this deck winning a lot of games. I was wondering if I should be on 16 lands, but I actually think no. I think this is a deck that is going to have a lot of mana sinks going on. But we are semi-aggro. We're actually like trying to put power and toughness on the board and win pretty quickly. So all in all, this is I think the deck that I feel the most optimistic about, knock on wood. I hate saying things like that, but I actually feel more optimistic about this than any of my 4 traditional drafts so far. And so let's see how my hopes get horribly dashed. All right, we have a match. Can we break the 2-1 curse? As I say, if I'm right that the Vintage Cube just came out today, I'm probably playing Vintage Cube in a hotel room on my trip right now. Sweet hand I'm keeping. So as soon as I'm reunited with my microphone and my camera, I will be posting videos of that probably on the weekend. So just a few more days of Avatar. And then again, if I'm understanding the arena announcements correctly, Vintage Cube right after that. If you're enjoying this and want to see more and want to see me play some Vintage Cube, which by the way, I absolutely love Vintage Cube. So if you want to see me play some of that, please go ahead and click subscribe in the description below. We'll drop this Mr. Paku. Turn 3 is certainly going to be Mechanist. Turn 4 is going to be, well, it would be Waterbending Lesson, but I'll certainly pitch a Swamp here, I think. The other option would be to pitch Hama, but I'm just not feeling that. I'm not feeling that passive today. I'll go ahead and commit a crime by targeting you. Bonk, and let's play the Mechanist. We don't have any hope of double spelling with the Mechanist, so the other option would be to slow roll the Mechanist by playing Serpent's Pass, but I really want to have the Mechanist out when I play this Waterbending Lesson. I can't tell if they're mono black or mana screwed. All right, well, I will certainly be casting Waterbending Lesson, and very likely I will just Waterbend 2. Nice, I don't hate that. Yeah, so I'll tap Mechanist and the Clue, I assume. I don't see any reason not to, right? Mechanist is not blocking anything, so yep. And I actually still have blockers up, and I did not have to lose my beautiful... Oh, Fire Nation Drill on the Mechanist. Yeah, I didn't have to lose my beautiful island by discarding is what I was saying, but goodbye to the Mechanist. Okay, so... Well, we definitely don't want to sideboard out Octopus for him, that's for sure. Fire Nation Drill, what do I even do? I knew the moment that I said I liked my deck that I was going to 0-3. I just knew it. I just knew it. I just knew it. Well, I'll mill you 3 and let's see what I get. Okay, I can cast an Ong's Journey. I choose to do that. I cannot cast it with Kicker, can I? I'll do this and I'll mill you another one. I'm giving you lots of virtual card advantage here. Yeah. I don't have a lot of answers to the drill, actually. I guess Sold Out is one. It's pretty painful for me. I mean, the Mechanist would be one if they don't target it with the drill. Are they just mono black? They're not. I milled 3 forests in an Ong's Journey. I didn't even notice that. I didn't even notice that. They're digging for green, and I milled 3 forests in an Ong's Journey. But it's okay. They're going to beat me anyways just by attacking with a 6/3, aren't they? Oh, life is pain. Life is pain. The truth hurts. Wow, I'm taking 9. Yeah, all they need is like any removal spell. Wow. The bombs are just single-handedly crushing me. I actually didn't think that this set was that bomby. Why did you tap like that? Why didn't you attack with Longfang? I don't get it. Why didn't you crew with the Pirate Peddlers and attack with Longfang? Okay, well, Tai Lee Chi Blocker actually is a answer. I wonder if I... Nah, I think I'll... Yeah, I think I'll play First Time Flyer, play the pass, and play Tai Lee. Yeah, that actually is an answer. Yeah, I didn't think the set was that bomby until I played Sealed. And then I started feeling the bombs. I started feeling the bombs for sure when I started playing Sealed. So you can make my stuff lose hexproof and indestructible. Oh, so Octopus Swarm is not a good answer to the Fire Nation Joel because it's already in play. If they do it on turn 5 and you Octopus Swarm in response, they can make your thing lose hexproof. Definitely something to keep in mind. Okay, before attacks, I will flash this in and tap your drill. And if you have a effect to sacrifice and destroy, you know, another deadly precision, joke's on me. All right. Do I trade everything for a Pirate Peddlers here? Paku plus First Time Flyer. And they get a counter. Sounds horrible. That sounds horrible. I think I just take 6, don't I? I think I just take 6. I don't want to 2-for-1 myself and give them a counter. Wow, I'm still losing? All right, hopefully I just don't draw any more lands. Or I draw more lands. That's the other option. Yeah, I guess I can't complain too much because they're also having mana problems, but... Should I be on 16 lands? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. No, this is just really unlikely. I have 5 lands left out of 22 cards. Yeah, this was just really unlikely. Okay, well, now I definitely will. So first off, I attack with Tai Lee. You're not going to be blocking anything. I mean, kind of feel like I have one more turn to draw something. And then if that doesn't happen, then I'm just toast. All right, so I'll block. I don't think you have a sacrifice at instant speed. So I'll block there, take 6, going to 4. Trading the First Time Flyers for a Pirate Peddlers. You get a +1 on something. Sure. Hopefully they didn't draw another beater. If they did, then I'm really in trouble. End of turn, crack this. Hopefully draw something that's not a land. Octopus Swarm. And a land. Okay, I'm definitely siding out Octopus Swarm. I mean, I can't even... 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So I have 4 lands left in 20 cards. Each land is like a 1 in 5 chance that I'm drawing these lands. Yep. They're staring at me, have 6 cards in hand, 6 lands in play, and just lose while they're looking at 4 green cards. So, I mean, what can I even do, right? Like, I can block the Pirate Peddlers with the Octopus Swarm on the Paku, and then I take lethal from Longfang. I think I just have to... I think that's what I have to do. Maybe I just chump block Longfang with Master Paku and try to draw 2 cards. It's hard to say. I could be fancy and attack with Paku. Sounds bad. They got their green. Oh, joy. Oh, boy. Okay, well. Chump block there. Block there. I'll show them Octopus Form. Partly, I'm doing this because I'm about to side it out. Prowess, blah, blah, blah. I guess I could have double blocked Longfang. Maybe that was better. Rebellious Captives. So if you draw a land, you get another thing. Yep. Should I be on 16? Maybe I just should be. No, I think that was just so unlikely. What just happened was so unlikely. So I need answers to... Maybe I should be playing Canyon Crawlers, I guess. I need answers to a massive drill. I don't know. Yeah, I definitely am coming to agree with the community consensus. I think Hama's bad here. I'm definitely coming to agree with the community consensus that this is a very bomby format. I didn't really think it before because I feel like I was able to find angles that were a little underexplored and build my deck in such a way that people were not going to run over me with a single card. But now I feel like people have cottoned on to like the good synergies to such an extent that the bombs have kind of taken back over again. And yeah, like losing to a single card like that doesn't feel great. The drill is just like an A plus bomb as far as I'm concerned. Probably maybe I play the waterbender as one more thing that can protect me and then cut the boomerang basics. Something like that. Yeah, that was a very unlikely amount of flood, but that's gonna happen to you like once an event or something. I guess I'm lucky to go 2-1 now because I'm already down a game at the beginning of the event. So now I'm hoping that the curse continues. What am I even supposed to say when this kind of thing happens? I mean, this has just got to be a mulligan, right? It's just tempting fate to keep that. I have a 2-drop in one of my main colors. I guess I keep it, but this... I mean, I don't want to go to 5. I don't want to go to 5, so it better be an island on top. I have 10 blue sources. All right, Corrupt Court Official. No, sorry. I start with Judy, hopefully draw a land, and then I can play Corrupt Court Official, sack it, surveil, get another Judy, and we're off to the races. Well, we didn't get another land, but at least Judy is going to let me surveil. This is why Judy is so great. Mana Screw happens a lot more in best of 3. That is something to keep in mind, like mana problems. Because they're not smoothing out your draws for you and holding your hand. Ostrich Horse... Sure. Are you going to get the land, though? They did. If they turn 4 drill me, it's like a profound disaster. Absolutely no blocks. Okay, we actually got our land. So probably I'm going to Invasion Submersible the 2-1. Because I don't really need to scry that much anymore. And then end of turn, I can turn it into a 3/3 creature. I think that's a good use of mana. Just don't drill me, please. If the drill comes down, I'm going to be so sad. First time flyer is looking bad here, by the way. I guess if I could have landed Gran in time to tap it, that would have been nice. Okay, I'll pitch the first time flyer. No questions asked. Resolve, pitch the flyer. Pass through your attack. Oh, interesting. I did not expect that. I guess they're very afraid of this Judy synergy, huh? Well, okay. Soka, not my best draw ever. Activate as a sorcery. So probably I'm going to activate Judy sacking itself. Maybe I attack with the Submersible. Nah, the Submersible is holding back a lot of damage. I do want to be active, but not that active. The Mechanist probably is worth keeping. Not the greatest card in this situation, but it's probably worth keeping. Maybe I actually just play Gran. Yeah, let's clear the way for Gran now that I think about it. I'll go in with the Submersible. You can double block. I'll make that trade, and then I'm going to play my Gran. Just to... Now you have to play something that holds Gran back. Otherwise, I'm going to get to start looting. Maybe I should have... And of course, it's the drill. Okay, this is just a bomby format. What can I say? Like, when a single card shuts you down that badly, I don't know how I can, like, maintain the fiction that this is a format where synergy overrides bombs. It's clearly just a bomby format. Too bad. Mechanist. I pitched the Spirit because, like, Soka... The only thing that's more unplayable than Soka is the Spirit. Now they just have to play a land or play anything with 1 power or more, and it's curtains for me. So if I can draw an amazing non-creature spell and keep my Mechanist alive, then I can make 3/1s, and the 3/1s do block the drill pretty nicely. But yeah, they're just putting a million power and toughness on the board, crashing in, and yeah, GG. Well, at least this time I didn't just lose to a single card. I mean, kind of, but I lost more to Mana Screw than to anything else. I'll attack with Gran, try to get a non-creature spell, or a land would be nice. Heartless Act, that's one. So I'll pitch Soka. Heartless, go to blockers. Heartless Act the agents. And now I have a blocker for the drill. So we're not dead yet. We are not dead yet. Pretty close, but not dead yet. I don't know, maybe I was supposed to keep the 5-lander, but my luck is precisely that if I keep a 5-lander, I'm going to draw 5 lands right off the top, as far as I've experienced in these traditional drafts. Are you going to trade? That would be quite strange of you to do. Okay. I'll make that trade, sure. I guess their idea is basically just get damage in. Okay. Sure. Okay, well, I'm very glad to get their Mega Bomb off the table. I'm quite surprised that they did that as well, because I can't make that a 3-1 anymore. Of course, I draw a 4-drop. Why wouldn't I? I'll go in with Gran. I just have to draw land, and it's the only option, and I didn't. I have to play a blocker, I suppose. I don't think keeping up Quench makes much sense. I'll trade this for a 1-1, because I'm facing lethal. Quench wouldn't even have been good here. Any creature or land. Even a token. I should just concede. That's too bad. Like, without the drill, this would have been a very fair game. Even with the Mana Screw. And sold out. Oh. Well, I clearly shouldn't be on 16 lands. Wow. Well, we dropped match 1 already. So the 3-0 dream is dead, but we're going to keep grinding out to just try to preserve as many of our gems as possible. I'll play first. I don't mean to be, like, salty. I'll keep this hand because it has a 2-drop and a really good 3-drop. I don't mean to be salty, but, like, Fire Nation Drill wins 70% of the games when people draw it, according to 17 lands. And they had it on turn 4 both games. Or they had it on, like, turn 5 the second game. It wins 70% of games where people draw it. So it's kind of like, I mean, yeah, I had a really bad mana problem, so that was part of the issue. But if you're winning 70% of the games where you see it, like, I think I probably do just tap this down, honestly. It might not be the greatest move, but I kind of just want to be aggressive here. And I have another Tai Lee. They are legendary, but if it eats a removal spell, then I have a Tai Lee to spend on a better target. Knowledge Seeker. Oh, that's kind of cool, isn't it? Bounce my Tai Lee, lock down your Knowledge Seeker, get in with a 3/3 penguin. But yeah, it's like, you know, you do have more mana problems, obviously, in best of 3 than you do in best of 1. So that's just priced into, like, the experience, and I totally can accept that. But I think combining the bomminess of the format with the opportunity for mana problems, it makes it, like, enough worse that it's very noticeable. Like, I think Premier Draft is a better experience, to be honest. I'll just slap this guy down. Seems really good here. You do not have Quench Mana. Oh, you do have Quench Mana! I didn't notice on Glyro. I'm too busy being salty. Wow. Brutal, because I could have played Foggy Swamp. So brutal. Yeah. Oh, I screwed that up. Maybe I just blundered this game too. Dang. Wow. Uncle Iroh coming in with the unexpected Quench. Wow. What a play. I mean, really well done by my opponent. Brutal. That's so brutal. This was a very winnable situation for me as well, so feels quite nasty to eat a Quench there out of nowhere. Well done by my opponent. Nice deck building, nice play. Yeah, just well done overall. But yeah, like in paper, you would have the same experience, obviously, right? Where it's also like just as bomby and, you know, just as random. But I think in paper, the difference is like playing in paper is fun. Like you're usually playing with your friends at Friday Night Magic or whatever. And it's just a certain amount of like, you know, you're just hanging out with people and like playing face to face. So a little bit less of a grind. Okay. So they just did the most mega ramp ever. If they get 2 red, then I'm suspicious of the... Okay, I was going to be suspicious of the enchantment that makes all your stuff do more damage. But it doesn't look like that's what they've got going on here. Thankfully for me. Okay, I think I'm just going to crack this. Maybe we draw a land, and then we'll play the flyer. Flyer's not even very good here, is it? I do have the lesson. All right, next, attack with Otter Penguin for 3. Bonk you. Play a land, play the flyer. I mean, our situation doesn't look that bad. But if they play like Iroh Grand Lotus, another cycle of renewal, that's so funny. I wonder what they're ramping up to. They must have Iroh Grand Lotus. They must have it with this setup. That's the card that makes sense to me here. Their blockers are really good. I've definitely lined up blockers really well here. Let's see, I wouldn't mind some card advantage. Waterbending lesson would be a sweet one. Okay, I'll go ahead and, oh, my Otter Penguin's tap. That's what I would have blocked it with. Do I just take 4? Could also block with Tai Lee and then lock something else down, but that feels very wasteful. What if I do just block with Tai Lee? They'll think I'm a complete nut, but actually I think that makes sense. They probably have +1/+1 and indestructible, and then I'll just lock that one down. Okay. Yep, you get your Knowledge Seeker back. Waterbending lesson. That's exactly what I was hoping for. I got lucky. I definitely got lucky. Probably just discard the swamp. Yeah, probably just discard a land. I don't really want to tap a lot of stuff here. I want to hold back Foggy Swamp Spirit Keeper. I want to attack with the Spirit, the Otter Penguin, and the First Time Flyer. Yep, makes sense to me. So I'll pitch the swamp. +1 and a 1/1. Play the land, and then do I bounce? I could bounce Platypus Bear and also crack in with something. Also crack in with the Foggy Swamp. That doesn't sound that compelling, does it? Let's just hold up Tai Lee. Bonk, bonk, and bonk. All right, 6 unblockable. And end. And yep, let's see what you've got. Foggy Swamp Spirit Keeper is so good. Waterbending lesson was an incredible draw. I absolutely got lucky there. I'm certainly not too big to admit it. I'll put that on top, yeah. I can go right on top. Do I tap something down before they attack? I'm getting in for 2 next turn, probably. Cracking your clue. Put a counter on Knowledge Seeker. They really got me with the Quench. That was a really good play by the opponent. Really good play. I think let's go ahead and tap down Knowledge Seeker. I don't really... yeah, let's tap down Knowledge Seeker. Keep your Knowledge Seeker on lockdown. Okay, so I can go bounce the... I can probably attack with everything and win, but is that just an unforced... Attack with everything... Well, yeah, there's no double green that does anything relevant here, right? So bounce Zhong Zhong, get a prowess trigger, in with the team. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, they wouldn't have died otherwise. Okay. Okay, so what do they have? Probably Iroh Grand Lotus. They're quenching, I bet. Iroh Grand Lotus. Does that die to Swamp Snare Trap? Iroh... Let's see, the Grand Lotus. Grand Lotus. It does not die to Swamp Snare Trap. It's a 5/5, not a 5/3. Okay, let's see. Probably I do want the trap. I think Octopus Form is good. I think the River Spirit is good. I just need to play around... Oh yeah, and Hama's great. I just need to play around Quench. I don't know, is Soka not good? I think Soka's good in my deck. It just got stuck last time. Crab Court Official is pretty good. Paku's good. Flyer's good. Yeah. I do think I want the Swamp Snare Trap. Maybe not. Maybe just no changes? Seems a little weird. Maybe I cut Octopus Swarm for a creature. I don't know how much removal they had. Oh, they did have Lost Days, and Octopus Swarm is so good against Lost Days. Okay. Yeah, maybe I'll just do this. Let's run it out. All right, we're up a game. Just need to win one of the next two, and we at least have a match under our belt. Double blue, Paku, Invasion, Submersible, Waterbending, Lesson, Quench. This is a good hand. This is a good hand. I do need black at some point. Drawing a black card is not ideal. I'm not going to race out Paku. Let's just keep up Quench, I think. Actually, I'm going to play Gran for two reasons. Number one, three reasons. Yeah, if they could have had Quench, that's fine. They would be trading down if they quenched there. Number two, it makes my Quench less obvious. If you just play a land and don't do anything, it is so obvious on turn 2 that you have Quench. Number 3, I don't think they have a lot of spot removal. Number 4, it helps me find my black or my third land, most importantly. And number 5, if they play a 2/2, I can hopefully find a land and Invasion Submersible it. Okay. They found something with Seismic Sense, so good for them. Now can I get a land, please? Oh, man. Okay. I should probably stop traditional drafting. Thanks, everyone, for watching my last traditional draft. I think I'll just keep up Quench. It's so bad. It is so bad. Like, they found something off of Seismic Sense to block my Gran with. And then I don't draw my land, and then I don't get to Gran to find a land. It's just, like, bad in every possible way. I'll play Paku, you'll quench it. Okay, you don't quench it. I guess at some point I just sacrifice Gran to try to find a land. And this is just so bad, being stuck on 2 lands. I should probably just stop showing them information. Well, no, they saw lots of information game 1, so it doesn't really matter. But I'm close to conceding. Being stuck on 2 for this long is you can't win after that. Okay. But we remain in the fight. There's our third land. I'll play this. I could just bounce a Knowledge Seeker. I think I actually just want to play Soka. No attacks and end. At least we found the third land. That's something. And you found a Boomy. Awesome. Awesome. That's so cool of you. Finding that Boomy was really cool of you to do. Yeah, I should just concede. I mean, there's just no getting out of this, is there? What am I going to do? I guess I can bounce. Yeah, let's just go for another one. I'm not interested in trying to play from that position. Maybe I play Swamp Snare Trap to get rid of their stupid platypus. Take out Waterbending Scroll. That's not really what this match is about. Very disappointing. I guess I could have mulliganed, but if I'd drawn a swamp, we would have felt... If I'd drawn a swamp in my top 2 or 3 cards, we would have felt so different about that game. I'll be on the play. This is a massively better hand. Massively better, especially on the play. What a good hand. Hopefully our synergy just takes us there. Tap land. Okay, I accept. Next, attack with Gran. See what we get. Land, pitch a swamp. Very nice. Play a land, play my Otter Penguin. And now we're looking at Foggy Swamp, Tai Lee, and Messenger Hawk. Amazing hand. If they play a Platypus Bear, I'm probably just going to lock it down. Watery Grasp on Gran. Rats. That's a really good one. Okay, in with Penguin, play the Foggy Swamp, and pass. All right, well, Messenger Hawk is going to do a lot of work now. Wish I still had my Gran, but... it is what it is. Play Cycle of Renewal. Sure. It's fair enough. They're ramping. I did show them that I have double Tai Lee, unfortunately. All right, let's go in with both. And I'll hold up either Tai Lee or Quench. I'm so far ahead on the board, there's no reason to play Messenger Hawk here. Professor Zay, it happens. And then what? Are you gonna hold up Quench? I'm just gonna put in Tai Lee. I don't really care that much about Professor Zay here, and I think eating their Quench is like perfectly fine. So I get quenched as I expected, of course, and draw land. Darn it. Well, I can sold that guy out for a clue. That sounds pretty good. Yeah, that makes sense that you would block that in case I have a way of increasing the damage. Yep, so sell you out for a clue. I don't have a removal spell after this. That is a unfortunate thing, but the clue is going to do a lot of work. It'll start making me spirits. I'm not able to hold up Quench here, but I think I've lost days. Well, I'll put it on top. Pretty easy decision. Soka is a very nice draw. I would like to start getting some lands. Maybe I shouldn't have. No, I definitely was supposed to put the Spirit Keeper on top. Definitely. And this gives them a big problem to solve. If they play Boomy, I guess I'm in trouble. Accumulate Wisdom to draw 3. Oh, that's so lovely for you. That's so lovely for you. And then you have a Platypus Bear. But that's okay. That's okay. All right, I don't think I have the luxury. Let's see. What have I seen from them here? So I could play the Foggy Swamp just to get a land, just to get a 1/1, but I don't think so. If I end up losing this game by 1 damage, this is a moment for me to come back to and study. Because I gave up on a 1/1 here. But I think what I want to do is bonk in. Yep, that's fine. And then, yeah, I really didn't want them to have +1 and indestructible. Or no, that doesn't actually matter. I'm not sure what I didn't want them to have. I didn't want them to have something. Then I'll play Messenger Hawk. And I'm Quench immune. But yes, you can crack a clue. It's true. You can definitely crack a clue. And now we're just representing a lot of damage, and we have a counter spell. It's not a hard counter, but if you have Iroh Grand Lotus, I'll be able to counter it. If you have Boomy, I'll be able to counter it. I think you're on Boomy mana now. You play a land in Boomy. I think I miscounted last turn, but now you have it. Okay, folks. Can we maintain our curse? Win this match and at least be 1-1 on track to 2-1 and have a 5th 2-1 result in a row in traditional draft. These have been some good traditional draft decks that we're up against too. I mean, the first draft was mostly just Fire Nation drill, as far as I can tell. They had some good stuff, but it was clearly a build around of a bomb. Or at least it looked that way from what we saw. I think I will just draw a card. Try to get some more lands. I don't know what they're on. Is it Unagi? No, they don't have the mana for Unagi. I don't have that many ways of drawing two. Oh, no, I do, because of Soka. Lost Days? Maybe it's Lost Days. Maybe they have another Lost Days. I have seen Lost Days from them twice. So I'll play the Spirit Keeper this time. Just to start getting like my 1/1. I'm anticipating Lost Days. So I don't think they're going to let me pass to combat. It's got to be Lost Days, right? That's what this is. And it's going to get quenched. Yeah, okay, we read it. We actually did a good play where we read what the opponent had and we organized our plays accordingly. We did not give them an opportunity to Lost Days. They will block my Soka. They will take 3 going to 1. I will play a land, I believe. Yep, I can play a land. And there we go. I mean, they'll take 3 going to 3, not going to 1. I wish. They do have 5 cards in hand. All right. At least we got the match. Okay. I think that Swamp Snare Trap was a good change, but game 1 of match 1, before they got the Fire Nation drill, I would have been thrilled to get the Waterbender's Scroll, so I don't think it's a permanent change that I should take that out. I wonder if I do want a Canyon Crawler, just one more way to win, but I don't think so. My win cons, I think, I have just so many mana sinks. I think I have a pretty good amount of synergy too, so I think my win cons are not so low that I need to be altering my deck to increase the number of them. All right, can we maintain the curse? We're now fighting to keep our curse of 2-1. I wanted the curse to break, but I didn't want to go 1 win and 2 losses. I wanted the curse to break in the other way, where I get 3 wins. But okay. All right, I'll play Gran. The question is, last match, from the opponent's perspective, did I win with a bomb? Maybe the double Tai Lee. Maybe they're sitting there saying, like, this is such a bomby format. Everyone always has 8 Tai Lees against me. Curious farm animals. I accept. In with Gran. Draw a card. Pitch a swamp. Next. Play the swamp, and I'm actually just going to hold up. I'm actually just going to hold up stuff forever, pretty much. What? Oh, you're thinking about blocking. I'm actually just going to hold up Octopus Form / Quench for as long as it takes. Maybe I'll play Judy next turn because I can hold up Octopus Form with Judy. But I really want to quench here anything that has 1 power or more. Yeah, that's getting quenched. So this lets me keep attacking with Gran. Deprives them of their clue. Feels good overall. And then next turn I'm probably on Judy instead of Messenger Hawk. In part because then I can sacrifice the clue that the Hawk makes. If Judy is not summoning sick. I'm just going to pause for a moment and look at my deck list to check if I have any use for double black. No, I'm not playing the big food bugs, so I don't need double black. I do have the Waterbender scroll in this version, so I definitely want to have as many islands as possible in case I draw that scroll. And then if they have removal for Gran, I have Octopus Form. Messenger Hawk I can play off of the 3 blue and then activate Judy, sacrificing the clue and making an extra Judy token and getting a Surveil. It's probably worth it. Having a 2/2 on the board plus a Surveil sounds better than having a clue and being able to draw a card. Pass. Are they having mana problems? It's just the battle of the mana problems here in traditional draft today. Yeah. Well, I feel sad for them, but not as sad as I would feel for me in that situation. Just being honest. No, I'm kidding, of course. All right, in with Gran. I don't mean to get like super salty. Traditional draft is still fun. It's still Magic, but I think I'm deciding that traditional draft is just probably less fun than Premier Draft. I might still play a little bit more because, again, this is the climb to the Arena Championships. All right, in for 1, we pulled an island off the top, which is kind of sweet for us. Play a Messenger Hawk and just have more on the board. I'm no longer that concerned about holding up Octopus Form because, this could get this could get quenched. In which case, that's fine. It's clearing the way for our Tai Lee. Yeah, I didn't think that they had quenched because they hadn't really been representing that earlier. So yeah, I'm not that concerned about holding up Octopus Form because Gran is no longer doing like that much work for us. I mean, Judy is going to start surveilling. Do I want that? No, I don't. It does go nicely with Gran, but I think I think there's more powerful stuff for me to get here, like more draw 1 triggers, more draw 1 abilities. I just have a lot of 2/2s. More ways of triggering Messenger Hawk, basically. We really do want to put power and toughness on the board. Otter Penguin's kind of nice because of unblockable for that reason when your opponent's at low life total. But let's see what they've got here. They did hit their 3rd land. Glider Kids. Okay. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'll attack with everything. If Glider Kids blocks anything, if it blocks... Oh, actually, no. Maybe I'll just Tai Lee the Glider Kids because I realized if it blocks Gran, that's actually kind of bad for me. I can Octopus Form, but that only works once. If it blocks Messenger Hawk, I can Octopus Form. But I think I just play Tai Lee, and because I have Octopus Form up, I can protect my Tai Lee. So Tai Lee locking down the Glider Kids. In with the team, tap, tap, and tap, and I'm probably going to pitch this island, depending on what I draw off of Gran. But yeah, let's shut that guy down. Next, in with the team, trigger on the Messenger Hawk, and yeah, I think I will just pitch this island. I suppose I could have played this a little differently and gotten a Judy activation, but I don't think there was really any reason to do that. The opponent is effectively at 20 because of this farm animals. That is one slightly annoying thing. But we're about to deal 6 to them. I mean, we have a lot of damage coming in, so I don't feel too bad about that. All right, putting them to 14, and let's see what you've got. Looks like they have a removal for Tai Lee, possibly. They're highlighting their hand and highlighting Tai Lee a lot. I'm not totally sure what the removal would be. Like Airbending Lesson, maybe? Maybe they want an Airbending Lesson while I don't have Quench mana. Watery Grasp. Yeah, I'm just going to Octopus Form that. You can Quench it if you want, but I don't think you have Quench. I think that was clever of them. Like, that is the enabler here. So 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I wonder if I just don't even play anything. Maybe Paku is a safe one to play because Mechanist is so good. Oh, I got another Tai Lee. Okay, I'm just going to pitch my Paku. Sorry, Paku. And then we're just going to hold up a second backup Tai Lee plus the Mechanist. I don't know what I'm afraid of. It's not like they have a board wipe, but I just think I don't want to give them info, too much info. The Mechanist is maybe my best card. Well, Tai Lee is probably my best card, but the Mechanist is my second best card. So if I can avoid showing it to them, that's probably best. And I just think I have more than enough to kill. Sold Out is awesome backup. What could they have here? Invasion Reinforcements? Gran is out of control. What an amazing card. Okay, so they had Watery Grass, Curious Farm Animals, Forecasting Fortune Teller, and Glider Kids, and they got very stuck on lands. Yeah, called it. Okay, Invasion Reinforcements. I think you die, though, right? So they have Invasion Reinforcements, Glider Kids, Watery Grass, Curious Farm Animals, and Forecasting Fortune Teller. I feel like it is a blue-eyed aggro deck. I wonder if they also have a Katara, like my opponent in the last video in this playlist. Okay, well, I definitely have lethal. Okay, so blue-eyed aggro. What do we want to do against blue-eyed aggro? I probably do want to sideboard in Swamp Snare Trap. This is probably going to kill a lot of their stuff. It's also really good against the flyer that we saw, Glider Kids. And maybe I take out, I don't know, maybe Corrupt Court Official is not doing so much here. Hama might not be so good in this matchup. Maybe I do just take out Hama and it's just like we're, aggro for aggro. Aggro for aggro. I'm also wondering, do I cut Corrupt Court Official and play like a Canyon Crawler just to have like one top end beater? They're hardly equivalent cards, but I'm just thinking like, how does Corrupt Court Official line up against? I mean, they can just pitch whatever. It is technically a 2-drop. I just don't think that aggro is like its best lineup. Let's try something like this. If I get run over, then I will play Canyon. Then I'll cut Canyon Crawler for the Court Official again. I just feel like Canyon Crawler could be good here. It's the kind of a card where like when an aggro deck sees it come down, it's like, how do I even win over this? A 6/6 Death Touch that gives my opponent life back. Feels like a good use case for it. Okay, so I'm happy to have this. Maybe I would rather have the Corrupt Court Official in this situation, but Canyon Crawler can help us. If we don't find a swamp by turn 3, Canyon Crawler can help us hit our lane drop. So that's definitely a good case for it. Opponent is pondering their hand. All right, I'll definitely keep this one. Okay, play an island and probably its first time flyer after that. All right, we did hit our land drop, so very happy about that. Yeah, I'll probably play the flyer over the penguin. Penguin's pretty bad against when they have like invasion reinforcements and that kind of thing. And the 1/3. We also saw that 1/3 from them. Okay, I am going to play Messenger Hawk into a potential Quench. I don't think they have Quench, actually. Razor Rings? Yeah, okay. Sounds fine. Okay, well, in that case, I'm just going to play the Mechanist, right? Because I don't even have a double spell to go along with this. I don't even have a double spell to go along with this. So actually, maybe I play Messenger Hawk, making River Spirit. Let's see, Waterbend 5. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I need another one. Okay. So I can't go Messenger Hawk into River Spirit next turn. I feel like I'll just land the Mechanist while they don't have Quench mana up. They could Waterbending, watery grasp it, I guess. The Mechanist is not like super amazingly well supported in my deck, but I do have a decent density of non-creature spells. But it's not like the ultimate control deck where I have a million ways of triggering the Mechanist. Well, if I win this game, the curse continues. If I win this game, we're 2-1 once again. So funny. But I shall not count my chickens just yet. Okay, I'm getting airbended on the airbendered. So I'll play a swamp. I will play an otter penguin. I will play the Mechanist. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So next turn I can River Spirit. Hopefully not playing it into a Quench again. See what they have. The nice thing about this also is having the Mechanist down before the Hawk is that I can Mechanist the clue that the Messenger Hawk makes into a 3/1. That's a nice attacker, but it's also a nice blocker against Ong. So I might be even more inclined to do that next turn as opposed to River Spiriting if they have Soga's Haiku or Quench mana up. If they play a giant card here, hopefully not Katara, not Katara, not Katara, please. So if they don't play Katara, that's probably what I'm doing. If they do, then I guess I just River Spirit. I take it. Do you have a lesson? Are you going to Lost Days my Mechanist? Okay. That would have been annoying if you did that. Okay, it's not Katara. Phew. I actually made myself nervous by thinking about Katara. I committed the thought crime of considering Katara, and it made me nervous. Well, there's my clue to block your guy. I don't have amazing blockers otherwise for Kyoshi Warriors, but I do have Octopus form up if push comes to shove. And Octopus form activates the Mechanist, by the way, so that gets me another 3/1 to block the Kyoshi Warriors next time around. If the Mechanist doesn't die. So we'll see how this all works out. Pretty complicated situation. Kyoshi Battlefan is fine. No complaints here. I accept your judgment. I kind of want to have an excuse to Octopus form because that gives me another random useless thing to waterbend that's not like an actual important creature when I cast the River Spirit. I'd also like it if they tap down away from Quench so that I just have one less thing to think about. All right. Going with both. I have enough life that I think I can just take the Kyoshi Warriors and it's fine. So Mechanist will make a 3/1 flyer. See what you got for me. They have something. Razor Rings? If they Razor Rings my clue after blocks, I could sack the clue or I could Octopus form. I think I really want to get Octopus form off. I think having another clue is just sweet. But yeah, let's see what you've got. Okay, they let that resolve. All right, I passed to blockers. I'll block Ong. Now they have something. Razor Rings? Is it Razor Rings? Another Razor Rings? I should keep in mind they have 2 Razor Rings. Something to remember. If they play that. It could be Enter the Avatar state. I guess that would be annoying. Airbend a creature you control. Not where I thought this was going. Airbend a creature you control. So they attacked with Ong to get me to activate this to airbend that. I guess this is all about just sneaking through a few damage. I could sacrifice the clue. Maybe I just sack the clue at end of turn then. If I sack the clue at end of turn, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I'm going to have to tap something good to play the River Spirit. Well, this clearly resolves. I'm just not sure if I'm also going to sack my clue. I think no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I'll probably tap the Otter Penguin and the Messenger Hawk. They can, I need to keep up an island. I need to keep up an island for Octopus form. That much is for sure. Yep, that much is for sure. So I'm going to play this, and the way that I'm going to tap is 1, 2, 3. And don't tap the clue. Tap Messenger Hawk and tap Otter Penguin. They do not have quench mana. So tap the Hawk, tap the Penguin. All right, scry 2. That can go to the bottom. Do I want a Boomerang Basics? Yeah, I want a Boomerang Basics. Heck yeah. Boomerang my Hawk. Get a Mechanist trigger. Get another clue for 2 more clues plus draw card. Yeah. I don't mind if I do Boomerang Basics my Hawk. Love Boomerang Basics. What a card. I'm so sad to have one in the sideboard, but I think that's the right decision. Okay, I can even Octopus Form to untap a creature if I want to, but probably they're going to play Ong, Airbend the River Spirit. I make them pay the ward. After they pay the ward, I Octopus Form. And I get a 3/1 clue, or I get a clue, turn one of them into a 3 and block Kyoshi Warriors with it. It's probably how all of this pans out. We'll see what they have, though. They might have more stuff. That still leaves them with 2 mana untapped, so it's very possible that they have a Quench now, although I just haven't seen Quench from them this whole game, and they haven't really been playing like they have Quench at all. So we'll see. I do really like the design of the eel, which has the waterbend. Nice. Pay the ward, please. Okay. Octopus Form. Nice. So good. That's so good. Resolve. Pass. Yeah, I really like the design of the eel, which has the waterbend ward. Like, you can waterbend 4 to pay the ward. I like waterbend plus ward. It's just like a really cool design space. I hope they play in that more. Okay, so now we're probably going to be cracking in with, let's see, probably what I do with 6 mana. Oh, nice. What? I would just block with the River Spirit. You don't even get a trade out of that. Okay. Probably what I do with 6 mana is I'm going to crack a clue, attack with the Hawk and the Otter Penguin, bounce the Hawk and recast it, leaving Mechanist back, and leaving the River Spirit back to block your stuff. Ong is going to waterbend the River Spirit, which is just fine. I just want to have like a lot of clues when that happens. So yeah, let's go ahead and do this so that I can like recast it and pay the extra cost. All right, get some triggers. I guess well, who knows? Might as well start with an attack. And yeah, Ong lines up awkwardly against Mechanist because I can activate a clue at instant speed, and they cannot airbend the clue that I activate because I have multiple clues. All right, play Messenger Hawk again. Make another clue. And feels like we're going off, doesn't it? Play a land. I did leave 7 damage on the table there. So a more aggressive player might have just gone in with everything. I guess they're probably going to airbend my River Spirit no matter what. So yeah, maybe I was supposed to be more aggressive about all that. I'm just not aggressive at heart. Look, we're fostering a positive space here. Fostering a positive space in the Magic community. So I'm not like going for the jugular at every turn, you know? I practice a gentle Magic cards where I'm just trying to slowly accumulate some card advantage, slowly accumulate some board presence, and then eventually we'll just all agree that it's time for me to have the victory in the game and move on to the next match. Yeah, I probably should have been more aggressive there. I can admit it. I'm not too big to admit it. Shouldn't have left 7 damage on the table. I could just say I'm the beatdown. But okay. Not that much harm was done. But in the future, I'm going to be doing a lot of attacking. In response, I will do that. You can't have another Sandbender's Storm. Oh, they could have a... No, Airbender's Reversal doesn't do it because it's only an attacking creature. Oh, Waterbending Lesson. That's a good one. Yeah, I need to be putting on the pressure if they're playing a bunch of Waterbending Lessons and that kind of thing. I need to be putting on the pressure. Ong is a kind of a nasty one because, specifically because it gets a lifelink, it makes the race a little bit tough for me. Okay, it makes sense that they're waterbending. You could tap your Battle Fan. Tap the Battle Fan. Oh, they tapped a land as well. Okay, never mind. Oh, wait, what? Wait. What just happened? Oh, was that an accident? They discarded United Front. Was it? I'm not sure what just happened. Was that a misclick or something? They're taking a long time, and they also started tapping the ally, and they could have just tapped the ally in the battle fan. They discarded United Front. What do they have in their hand? That's like the best card in the format. It might be the most winning card in the format. Okay, well, that's obviously terrifying. That is obviously terrifying to me. I don't even really have words. That's terrifying. Swamp Snare Trap's a really good one, though. So let's Mechanist first. Swamp Snare Trap on Ong. That's so terrifying. In with the team. Now I'm just going to be aggressive. I don't know what they have in their hand. Katara, maybe? But they have to have so many cards for United Front to be the card that I would discard. A board wipe? There's no board wipe in those colors. I don't know. I don't know. Is it going to be Katara? But why would you... You have 4 cards in your hand, so it's not like you had another amazing bomb. They have to have had 3 amazing bombs. I don't know. Scary. We'll see what it is. Maybe it's another United Front, and they're like, I don't need 2 of these. But I think you kind of would like 2 of them. Mr. Piandao. Okay. I don't know. Like, I guess it's true that United Front in this situation is not really what you need because you're facing flying damage and unblockable damage. But it at least gets you counterplay. I don't know what their outs are. Maybe, honestly, I guess that's it. Like, I don't really know what their outs are, so I guess I can't really say. They needed something this turn, so yeah. But they can't actually activate the farm animals, so I think I just activate this and go in with the team, and pretty sure that's that. I'm not like dying on the crackback or anything if they have something amazing here. All right, so I kind of want to celebrate, but at the same time, the freaking curse continues. Didn't I just go 2-1 again? So this is my 5th 2-1 traditional draft in a row. This is getting unreal. How am I doing it? And this time we dropped the first game against that freaking Fire Nation drill. And once again, we landed 2-1. So if you want to see the most unreal series of results by a cursed player in traditional draft, subscribe to my channel using the link below. And keep watching this playlist. How many times in a row can I get 2-1? This is 5 in a row. And I swear I'm not censoring out games where I'm losing. It's not like I'm going 2-1, 0-2, 2-1, and then I only post the 2-1s. No. These are all the traditional drafts I've played. One after another. I just got 5 2-1s in a row. So maybe one of these days we'll start winning our play-in points. Clearly we need to up our game just a little bit. Something I'm doing is not quite clicking at the trophy level. So if you think you know what it is, let me know in the comments. Let me know what you'd like to see me draft next. Probably it's going to be a few more traditional drafts, and then I'm going to go cubing if that indeed did just come out. So if you'd like to see that, please give me a subscribe. And until then, have tons of fun playing Magic, everyone, and don't be afraid to splash.